The next task which is involved in this project is the visualization of the results. So I will be opening a separate result module over here. I will be just moving down in this toolbox, and on the left hand side I have results which is being written over here. With the left click I'll just hold it and drag it to the standalone window. Now we will just double click on the results and wait for the CFD post to open. Now that the CFD post is loaded, we just have to import the results which we have saved. And for that I'll just go to file, and from the files I'll be selecting the first option, which is load results. Now you'll be having a pop-up window being displayed over here. You can just select this option, that is load complete history as a single case. Okay, just ensure these options are selected. Now you need to browse the location where you have saved your data files or the project file. So I'll be quickly wrapping it and opening it. So this is the project which I have, and in that I have saved a folder called as analysis. In analysis you'll be having the first folder, and in that you have to go with the first folder again. And ff1 represents this project what I have, and the data which is associated with this project will be under ff1. So I'll just move into ff1 and you'll be having Fluent being displayed over here. Let me just double tap Fluent and you can find all the cases being saved over here. Now I have actually extended the simulation further in order to extract a good visualization results. So the project which the video which is the previous video which we have concluded before has a little less number of time steps, but I have just extended it a little bit. Nevertheless, the procedure is same no matter how many data cases you have or how many files you're having. The procedure for evaluating or representing the visualization of this data is the same. The only thing what you have to do over here is select the first case file, and I will be saving it or opening it and wait for the data to get imported into this module of CFD post. You'll be getting some messages. You can just press OK and wait for the complete data to be displayed over here, at least the domain. It takes normally a certain amount of time depending on the number of data files what we have, and depending on the specifications of the computer in which you're working. And in my computer at this moment there are a lot of background applications being running, and that is the reason it's pretty slow. You can just ignore this warning and you can just press OK. The Fluent case loaded has multiple reference frames. Velocity in stationary frame should be plotted in CFD post as an equivalent to velocity in Fluent. So just remember this point. Whenever we have to plot the contour of velocity, we need not select the velocity option from the variables. We have to select the velocity in stationary frame. I'll just press OK and you can see we have the domain being presented over here. And if you want, you can just highlight the fan over here so that the fan is being displayed appropriately. Now let us just create a plane at first, and I'll be clicking on location in plane 1 and simply press apply, and we have this plane being displayed over here. All right, and I'll just turn off the plane. So this will visually turn off the plane, but you will actually have the plane present over there, so that whenever we are plotting a contour, that can be represented on the plane. All right, I'll just click on contour number 1, and I will select the location. I'll select the location as plane 1, and in the variable, remember we have received a notification that we need to use velocity in stationary frame. I will select 101 contours and click apply, and you can see that the velocity is being displayed over here. All right, if you want to see the time steps which are imported, you can just select this clock icon, and you can see that the present form of visualization is representing to the last time step. If you want to just change it, you can just double click and wait for the contour to get updated. You can see the change in the respected flow field. Let me just go back to the last one where the flow is stabilized. I wonder if there is any graphical issue. The last one is not representing appropriately. Nevertheless, we'll just turn off the contour and now we will focus on the vector. So I will be just moving to velocity vectors and press OK over here. Let me just come to the final position and click close, and I'll select the plane 1 and let me just go to vertex over here and I'll just click apply at this moment. So you can be finding the velocity vectors being entering into this rotating domain and exiting when the fan is being rotated. You can just normalize the velocity vectors so that all the vectors are equal sized, and if you want you can just reduce the size of the vector. Now these vectors are represented in this plane, that is xy plane. If you want you can just plot a plane in the xz direction and you can be you can visualize the lateral moment of the velocity vectors. Not only this, we can also create streamlines, and these all options depends on the user as to what options they are interested in. The in and let me just enter to 15. You can see a rotation in the flow over here. Let me change the color of the lines to something darker color. You can visualize the rotation of the flow field behind the circulatory region over here. That is, the rotating of the fan is causing the airflow to spin downstream the fan. Okay, one can clearly see the rotation over here. So these are the different options that one can work with and one can deal with in this kind of flows. There's one more option which will help you to make a animation of the the simulation what we have performed. So what we can do for that is we can go to the next icon, that is the animation icon, and here we can select the type as keyframe or time step animation. Time step is sufficient in our case. So this is controlled by the time steps. Okay, what we can do is we can just click on save movie, and you can normally browse the location where do you want to save the movie. So I'll just go to my computer and select the desktop, and I already have some default previous simulated results, some other projects. So I'll just write it as F123. okay, and I'll just click on save, and now I just need to play the animation. So what will happen is the animation will begin from the first time step, and it will just continue till the end of all the time steps and it will stop, right? So that is basically capturing each and every time step, and that will club them together to form a video like thing. Now the moment of fan can be observed over here. The moment of fan depends on the time steps or the time step size which we have used in our case. Now when I was solving this case, as this is a conceptual study, I have varied the time steps as the solution is progressing. For example, in the beginning cases I have considered a smaller time step, and at the later stages I have increased the time step size. All right, so this is actually causing the fan to spin. I mean, in the video it will cause the fan to spin at a slower pace and a faster pace because there are a mixture of small time steps and a larger time steps, right? So please don't mind for that, right? And let us just wait for a while. I'll pause the video and let us just see how the video looks like after this gets completed. Finally the video is completed, and I'll just hop on to the desktop and show you the video. So you can see I'm just double clicking on F123, and you can see the animation of the flow field of velocity vector, and you can see how the fans are rotating and the behavior of the fluid or the air behind the fan. Now since we haven't created the since we have created the velocity vector field in two-dimensional space, I mean in this particular direction, we should have created laterally as well to capture the lateral moment of the flow variations. All right, or maybe uh, a plane parallel to the circle exactly at the location where fan is, so that you can be capturing the rotation of flow along the fan. Now remember, this is a conceptual case. We have not created a fan based on the actual dimensions. This is not an aerofoil. These are simply rectangular blades that are just spinning in the air. Okay, so there might be some variations in the flow field which are, or which might not be expected, or which might not be present in the real scenarios, but nevertheless the target of this project is to make you understand the procedure for solving these cases. Now with this knowledge, I'm really sure you can work on the actual geometries with the actual boundary conditions as well. The only thing what you need to have is a proper geometry and proper boundary conditions. You must be aware how and what is the geometry uh, type, and what are the dimensions, what is the size, what is the rotation speed, the rpm, the oncoming velocity. All those things you just need to be aware, and you can just enter or add them in your model and simulate. So on this note, I will be concluding this project. I really hope that you have gained enough knowledge and sufficient information on the procedure to tackle different applications of CFD. And thank you very much for this course. I really appreciate your patience and wish you all the best in your future endeavors.